Happy day, happy day. It's your bruh True Jew here. And yes, I got another message for y'all. Look, was Yahushua truly sacrificed to get Israel out of a horrible blood covenant made with Yahweh? Well, let's get into this real quick. So look, we know that Yahushua was a child of Israel, of the tribe of Judah. We also know that Israel was the inheritance of Yahweh. Okay, we covered that in another video. So Yahushua came as a son of Israel, a child of Israel, through that particular bloodline that was in covenant with Yahweh. Now, we also know that Yahweh, being a son or one of the 70 sons of El, had some real quirky characteristics about him, had some real high rate demands that, as we look at ourselves introspectively, like me as a human, I don't think I would really want to go around blood sacrificing things and killing things like that and, running into other people's nations and going to war with them because I needed territory and land. I'd rather be in a harmonistic environment, a harmonistic setting. That's just me personally. So when I began to look at these things and all of the things that kind of trouble me about Yahweh, the jealousy, the anger and the willingness to do away with certain people and all this type of thing, I began to realize those aren't really characteristics of an all-powerful, almighty deity, one that can just, talk and speak certain things into existence and they be in a harmonistic sense, right? Then I started looking at the book of Genesis and I realized early on that we as humans were actually requested, suggested, and kind of commanded to be vegetarians, to eat the herbs, the seeds, the plants, and foliage of the earth. And that was to be our meat. That was to be our food. And not only humans were commanded this and directed to be this way, but also the animals of the world. There was a point on earth when none of us ate each other. None of us ate meat. None of us were looking for blood and all of that type of stuff. So when these things began to be introduced, we can see that Yahweh had a big hand in introducing these things to man. Now, one of the groups of men that Yahweh particularly introduced this to was, of course, his inheritance, Jacob, or the children of Israel, who Yahushua came through. Now, Yahushua being a truly enlightened and divine God in the flesh, okay, aspect of God in the flesh is Yahushua fully awakened. What we have to realize is there were some corrections that Yahshua was seeking to make when he arrived. One of the key things that got to me in this study was when we see Yahshua, the narrative of Yahshua on the cross, crying out, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. And that's saying, God, God, why hast thou forsaken me? Now that struck me as odd as I got deeper into my studies. Why? Because Yahshua has the name Yahweh in his name, right? Now, some people would say that that name means Yahweh's salvation, Yahushua. But as I began to study deeper, I began to realize that quite possibly that name has been misconstrued. And in reality, it means salvation from Yahweh. Now, why? When we hear Yahshua say, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, we see the word El. El, my El. That's Eli, Eli, my El. Now, why didn't he say Yahweh, Yahweh, lama sabachthani? Is crying out to Yahweh because Yahshua was bypassing Yahweh, who is one of the 70 sons of El, and going straight to the true Father, El, God the Father, El. Now, in saying this, when Yahshua was sacrificed, this is what was revealed to me now. Yahshua was sacrificed as the final blood sacrifice to Yahweh. Okay, because Yahweh was always demanding blood sacrifices to appease himself from the children of Israel. Well, as a child of Israel, Yahshua came with the authority to say, you know what? These covenants are done. With Yahweh, this is done, and we have to go back to worshiping the true Most High El, who gave us the original dictation or the original command to go back to a vegan, vegetarian lifestyle, not all this bloodletting and blood sacrificing and killing the animals and all of this type of thing, okay? And killing each other. So when Yahshua sacrificed himself, in essence, it was the final sacrifice to Yahweh saying, look, after this, We're out of the covenant that you established with my forefathers, Israel and Jacob. Okay, this is it. And so that was something that really stuck out to me, y'all. And so as you continue to look in deep and dive deeper into your studies, I want you to pay mind to that and really look at it for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it like LeVar Burton used to say on Reading Rainbow, but look into the sources yourself. And as you begin to study these videos that I'm presenting to you, put all the pieces together and you will see that what I'm saying is quite possibly the truth. Okay, this your bruh, Big Jew, also known as True Jew, coming at y'all with another message in love and light. You know I love you to life, and I hope that this message find you well. Until next time, Most High Mama and Papa willing, I'll talk to you soon. Gone.